buckle up because this episode of Special Forces was pure chaos from the very beginning. A wild mix of personalities was thrown together, but somehow Kody Brown managed to stand out as the biggest loudmouth, even in a cast that includes Teresa Giudice, who is known for her explosive personality. When someone can make Teresa Giudice look like a calm, reasonable, and considerate woman, you know they're on another level of disruptive energy. I'm not saying I don't enjoy a good table flip now and then, but seeing Teresa come off as a quiet, almost flowery mouse is something I never expected. That's the Kody Brown effect on this show. The premise of Special Forces is intense, pushing contestants to their absolute physical and mental limits, just like real military training. Many of the cast members come with controversial pasts, and some have reputations that spark debate. Jussie Smollett, for instance, was a major point of tension right from the start, and guess who clashed with him almost immediately? That's right, Kody Brown. In case you've forgotten, Jussie Smollett was involved in a highly publicized scandal involving allegations of staging a hate crime. He was convicted, then had his conviction overturned on a technicality, not because he was proven innocent. Even today, he insists on his innocence, which has left many people divided. And of course, Kody wasted no time stirring the pot. He slyly asked Jussie for his last name, then made thinly veiled comments about reading things in the tabloids, eventually muttering, "Yeah, Jussie, second chances." It was clear he'd found someone who might actually be more disliked than himself, and he was ready to make Jussie his target. But this was only the beginning of the drama, and the real fireworks were just about to explode. Chaos hit the group fast when the very first contestant decided to quit. Britney Cartwright, known from Bravo's Vanderpump Rules and now The Valley, shocked everyone when she bowed out almost immediately. She got winded, felt like she was going to throw up, and decided she couldn't go on. And just like that, she was gone. This was wild because there are 17 or 18 cast members total, and some, like Olympic gymnast Shawn Johnson, her husband, and other athletes such as Eric Decker and his wife Jessie James Decker, barely got any screen time. While many stayed quiet and focused, Kody Brown was the complete opposite, loud, bossy, and desperate for attention. It honestly felt like Kody was mugging for the camera the entire time. He didn't just participate. He loudly told everyone else how to breathe, how to go up and down the hills, and basically acted like he was the only one who knew how to do anything. To be fair, Kody did physically hold his own in this first challenge. He didn't crash or burn out. He even encouraged others at certain points. But alongside that encouragement came an unbearable level of cockiness and arrogance. One of the drill sergeants immediately asked Kody's age, eventually calling him an old man. Kody's response? A bizarre, sexist comment completely out of place. He said, "I don't mean to sound sexist, but I'm going to be sexist. Men want to be respected, and women want to be loved. I don't care if you love me, I just want your respect." The timing couldn't have been worse. There are strong women in this cast, including Olympic gold medalists proving their strength and grit alongside the men. Yet here was Kody, reducing women to stereotypes. He also kept saying he wanted to do this to prove to his children that he's still capable of greatness, that he's not dead yet. But the irony, Kody talks endlessly about his kids on TV while having little involvement in their actual lives. This sexist outburst and over-the-top behavior didn't sit well with viewers, or his castmates. And just when you think Kody couldn't possibly make things worse, he found a way to push even more buttons. Audiences didn't hold back. Twitter and Reddit went wild, and the backlash against Kody Brown was immediate and brutal. Fans were furious over his sexist comment, with tweets calling him out for his toxic behavior. Some highlights included Kody Brown being sexist as always, excited for non-Sister Wives fans to finally experience the misogyny and foolery of Kody Brown. I haven't even watched much of Sister Wives, but seeing Kody on Special Forces confirms everything negative I've heard about him. He's so cringy, I just want to slap him. Even people unfamiliar with Sister Wives quickly picked up on his arrogance, condescension, and obsession with control. Reddit threads mirrored this outrage, describing Kody as over-the-top, bossy, arrogant, and completely disrespectful. What really drove viewers crazy was the fact that this isn't an all-male competition. It's a mixed event with both men and women pushing themselves to their limits. Kody's attitude made it painfully clear that he views women as less than, or as nothing more than an extension of. Kody Brown slammed as sexist on Special Forces. But that wasn't the only headline making waves. Britney's shocking exit, Teresa being called stupid by the drill sergeants, and Jussie refusing to clean toilets were also generating buzz. Still, Kody's sexist remarks dominated the conversation and began painting him as the villain of the season. And yet, this was only the start. The real turning point was about to arrive when Kody went head-to-head with one of the most powerful female contestants. The tension reached a boiling point as Kody Brown made his position crystal clear, not only through his words, but also through his actions. Despite competing alongside incredible female athletes, including Olympic gold medalists like Shawn Johnson, Kody barely interacted with the women at all. Instead of offering support or working as a team, he focused only on the men, surrounding himself with Johnny Manziel, Jussie Smollett, and Mark Estes. It was as if the women didn't even exist to him. During one challenge, rather than helping a female teammate struggling through the course, Kody stepped in to take over for Mark Estes, another man, just to prove he was better and stronger. This wasn't about teamwork. It was about feeding his ego and showing dominance. This behavior fueled even more criticism online. Viewers who'd never watched Sister Wives were now seeing firsthand what longtime fans had been warning about. Kody Brown is arrogant, egotistical, full of himself, and utterly disrespectful. By the end of this episode, it was clear that even some of his fellow castmates couldn't stand him. He was too bossy, too loud, and completely unwilling to step back and let others shine. One thing became obvious. Nobody likes the guy who hogs the camera, talks over everyone, and refuses to be a true teammate. But perhaps the most satisfying moment of the night came when Kody's arrogance finally caught up to him. During a grueling exercise, a drill sergeant shoved his head into the mud and barked at him to shut the hell up. It was a warning, his last chance to stop running his mouth. You'd think that would humble him, right? Not Kody. And what he does next sets up a showdown that no one saw coming. Next week promises explosive drama, and the question isn't just whether Kody can survive the fight. It's whether anyone on the show will even want him to stick around. Just when you thought Kody Brown couldn't get any more unbearable, his non-stop talking led to a direct clash with Johnny Manziel, and it was painful to watch. Johnny, a Heisman Trophy-winning quarterback and former NFL star, clearly didn't need advice from Kody, but that didn't stop Kody from lecturing him, even on something as basic as how to breathe through a cramp. Imagine being trapped in a vehicle while Kody is relentlessly giving you unwanted instructions. You could see the annoyance all over Johnny's face. At one point, Johnny visibly tried to get away, but he couldn't. It was like being stuck on a never-ending ride called The Kody Show. Even the drill sergeants had enough, with one of them snapping at Kody, telling him to shut the hell up and warning it was his final chance to stay quiet. Just when you thought this show couldn't get any more dramatic, a surprising truth bomb dropped. The contestants get paid even if they quit early. One of the drill sergeants casually mentioned that as soon as the challenge officially begins, everyone has already earned their paycheck. This completely changed how viewers looked at Britney Cartwright's decision to leave on the very first day. Some fans criticized her for quitting so quickly, but honestly, considering her struggles, recent breakups, young kids, and the sheer physical toll, her exit wasn't as shocking as it seemed. She simply wasn't in the best shape to compete, and once she felt like she was going to throw up, she made the call to walk away. With Britney gone, all eyes were back on Kody Brown, Jussie Smollett, and Johnny Manziel, the three most unliked and polarizing figures in the entire cast. Kody's sexist comments, constant bossiness, and inability to stop talking made him public enemy number one. Even within the cast, frustration with Kody was growing by the second. But here's the twist. If everyone knows they're getting paid no matter what, who's really there to push themselves to the limit, and who's just there for the money? This revelation casts a shadow over every challenge and every tearful speech about proving themselves. Kody, of course, framed his participation as a way to prove his manhood and inspire his children. But his actions said otherwise. By the end of the episode, viewers weren't buying his narrative. They saw him for what he truly was. Arrogant, egotistical, and desperate for attention. And now, with a brutal boxing match on the horizon, the stakes couldn't be higher. Will Kody finally get humbled in front of the entire cast and audience?